Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to tackle a classic Leetcode medium problem, Palindromic Substrings, Leetcode 647. This problem is part of Blind 75, a curated list of essential coding interview questions. You can find the full list linked in the description below. Be sure to check it out. Now to the problem. In this problem, we are given a string S and we should return the number of palindromic substrings in it. Note that if the same palindrome appears in different positions, we count each occurrence. A string is a palindrome when it reads the same backward as forward. For example, words like level, madam, Malayalam, and so on. And a substring is a contiguous or unbroken sequence of characters within the string. For example, in the string ABCD, AB, BCD are substring, but AD is not, because the characters are not next to each other. Then in example 1, for the given string ABC, we can have substrings like A, AB, ABC, B, BC, and C. And out of these, only substrings which are palindromes are A, B, and C, which results in total count of 3. Hence, we will return 3 as our answer. Similarly, in example 2, we can have substrings like A, AA, AA. Then we will have A and double A from here. And finally, we have this last A. And all of these substrings are palindromes. Hence, we will return 6 as our answer. So notice that substrings like A and AA are repeated multiple times. And they are counted distinctly because they occur at different position. Alright, now that we have a clear picture of the problem, let's brainstorm a solution. The most intuitive way to start, often called the brute force or naive approach, is to simply generate every single substring. And for each one, we check if it is a palindrome. And we can generate every possible substring using two nested loops. The outer loop using the index I will select the starting character of the substring, and the inner loop using an index j will then determine the ending character. And for each substring, we check if it is a palindrome by using a helper function, where we start comparing the characters from both ends of the substring and move towards the center. And if the substring is a palindrome, we'll increment our answer counter, which we will return after checking for all substrings. For example, for this substring, we will generate the substrings starting with A like A, AB, ABA, where the substrings A and ABA are palindrome. So our count becomes 2. And then we repeat the same process for the substring starting with B, where we form the substring like B, BA, and here only substring which is palindrome is B. So the count becomes 3. And finally, for this A as a starting character, only substring we can form is A, which is a palindrome. So we increase the count to 4. And now, since we are done with all the characters in the string, we will return this 4 as the answer. Now the time complexity to generate all the substrings will be O of n square, since we are running two nested loops. And for each substring, we perform the palindrome check, which takes O of k time, where k is the length of the substring. And in the worst case, k will be up to n. So the overall time complexity will be O of n cube, and the space complexity will be O of 1, because we are using few variables here and there. So how can we improve on the brute force? The bottleneck is the repeated work. Let's take the string ABABA as an example. With the brute force method, when we check if this full string is a palindrome, we are also implicitly checking the inner substring BAB, and a moment later, as we continue to generate the substrings further, we will also encounter the substring BAB, and we again check if it is a palindrome, which is redundant as we are checking the same substring multiple times. So to eliminate this redundant work, we can change our perspective. Instead of checking the substrings from the outside in, we can build them from inside out. It is a simple shift, but it is key to a more optimal solution. This classic technique is called expand around center, and you might remember it from the problem longest palindromic substring, which we covered earlier on the channel. And the core idea is that every palindrome has a center. For odd length palindrome, there is only one center, which is a single character. For example, character A here. But for even length palindrome, the center is between the two identical characters, and in a way, it is around two identical characters. For example, 2b is here. Now, with this new approach, we find every palindrome with this a as center in one clean pass. For example, we know that this character a is a palindrome, and now we expand outwards and see that the character to its left is b and to its right is also b. So they match. Hence the substring BAB is a palindrome. And then if we expand further, we see the character A on the left and character A on the right, and they match again. So we have found the string ABABA as palindrome. And one more expansion takes us out of bounds. So we stop. So this completely avoids the redundant checks of the brute force method and is much more efficient. By starting from the center and expanding, we find every palindrome with that center in just one clean pass. Now let's see how we can put this in practice. Say for this given string ABAAC, we can iterate through the string, treating each position as a potential center. And from each center, we expand outwards, counting every palindrome we find. First, let's handle the odd length palindromes, where the center is a single character. Now, first character we encounter is character A. And since single character is a palindrome, we will increment the answer, that is number of palindromes, to 1. Now, we need to check for larger palindromes centered here. To do this, we will take two pointers left and right, and we initialize both the pointers to our current center. And the process is, as long as these pointers are within the bounds and the character at these pointers match, we have a palindrome. So we expand by moving left one step to the left and right one step to the right. But in case of a mismatch or these pointers going out of bounds, the expansion will stop immediately. For example, at this point, if we try to expand, the left pointer will go out of bounds. So the expansion cannot happen. And so we go to the next character, which is B. And since it is a palindrome, we increment the count to 2. And now we try to expand around this B, where we see character A on the left that matches character A on right. Hence, we found the palindrome ABA. So we increment the count to 3. And again, if we try to expand further, the left pointer will go out of bounds. So the expansion stops and we come to character A, which is a palindrome. So we increment the count to 4 and we try to expand around it, where on the left we have character B and on the right we have character A, which don't match. So we stop the expansion and come to this A, which is a palindrome. So we increment the count to 5 and next we try to expand around it, where we see character A on left and C on right, and they don't match. So the expansion stops. And finally we come to character C, which is a palindrome. So we increment the count to 6. And if we try to expand around it, the right pointer goes out of bounds. So the expansion stops. And the total number of odd length palindromes we found were 6. Now let's count the even length palindromes. In this case, the center is the space between two adjacent characters, which should be identical. So we check if two adjacent characters are the same. If they are, we have found an even length palindrome and we can try to expand outwards from there. So here, for example, again the first character we see is A and the next character is B, and since they don't match, they can't form the even length palindrome. So we move forward and come to character B. Again, this B doesn't matches this adjacent A, so they cannot form the even length palindrome. And next we come to this A, which actually matches the next character A, forming even length palindrome AA. Hence, we increase the number of palindromes to 7. And now we try to expand around this center. So on the left, we see character B, and on the right, we see character C, which don't match. So the expansion stops, and we come to this A, which doesn't matches the next C. So this cannot form the even length palindrome. And finally, for this C, it doesn't have any other character to match with. Hence, we are done and the total number of palindromes we encountered is 7. And this approach is much more efficient because we find every palindrome exactly once without redundant checks. Now the time complexity of this approach is O of n square because we iterate through n characters in the given string, and for each character we expand around it, and the expansion can take up to O of n time in the worst case, and this gives a time complexity of O of n square, and the space complexity will be O of 1 because we are using only a few variables like left and right pointers. So our space complexity remains constant. Here is a quick code walkthrough of the algorithm we just talked about with Java code on the left and Python on right. First, let's initialize our answer variable, which will store the count of palindromes, and initially it is equal to 0. Next, we loop through each character of the string using an index I, which will serve as the center of the palindromes. And the palindromes can be of both odd and even length. And to count these palindromes, we will use the helper function expand around center, which takes in the center point denoted by left and right pointers and expand outwards with these pointers. For odd length palindrome, we will pass I as both left and right pointer since the center is a single character. And for the even length palindrome, we pass in I for left pointer and I plus 1 for right pointer, as the center of the even length palindromes are 2 characters, and this helper function returns the count of palindromes for that center, which we add to the answer. And once all the characters are covered, answer holds the total number of palindromes, which we will return. Now let's quickly look at the helper function. This function takes the string along with the left and right pointers as the input. Initially count is equal to 0. Then we start the process of expansion and continue with this process using these left and right pointers as long as these pointers are within the bounds of the string and character at these points are equal. And inside a loop, every time we find a match, it means we have found a valid palindrome. So we increment the count and expand our search by decrementing left and incrementing right. And once the loop finishes, we return the count of palindromes found for that specific center. So that's all for this video. I hope this video was useful to you. If it was, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might benefit from it. If you haven't subscribed the channel yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you never miss an update. Your support helps me create more content like this. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.